Meters. That is all that separated Prince Harry from a woman his own security team has flagged as a dangerous, fixated individual. Meters. And nobody, not a single court official, not a single police officer, not a single member of Harry's much-vaunted private security detail did anything about it. She sat there, bold as brass, in the public gallery of a British courtroom, while the fifth in line to the throne gave testimony against the Daily Mail. 2 separate days, 2 opportunities to act. And yet this woman, reportedly on Harry's own private intelligence company's list of known threats, walked in like she had a reserved seat. Let that sink in for a moment. This is the same Prince Harry who has spent years, literal years, telling anyone who will listen that the United Kingdom is too dangerous for him to visit without taxpayer-funded protection. This is the man who took the British government to court demanding royal-level security. This is the prince who claimed his family is at constant risk from fixated individuals and dangerous actors, and when one of these allegedly dangerous individuals showed up feet away from him in a public courtroom, what did he do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Sources close to Harry are already spinning the narrative. One insider told reporters there was nothing they could do because it is a public building. Another claimed Harry was obviously always worried about his security situation and described the encounter as not ideal. Not ideal. A known stalker sits within striking distance of a royal, and the best his team can muster is not ideal. Allow me to translate from Sussex PR speak to plain English. They did not want to remove her. They chose not to remove her. And that decision, folks, tells you everything you need to know about what is really going on here. The woman in question is not some mysterious figure lurking in the shadows. She has been identified by multiple royal commentators as a known member of the Sussex Squad, that rabid online supporter network that defends Harry and Meghan with almost religious fervor. She has previously claimed publicly and proudly that she was always invited into Harry's safe spaces. Does that sound like the behavior of someone Harry genuinely fears? Does that sound like a person his security team would flag as a legitimate threat? Or does it sound like something else entirely? Something far more calculated and convenient? Royal watchers are not buying the official story, and honestly, neither should you. The timing is suspicious. The response is suspicious. The entire narrative stinks of manufactured drama designed to serve a very specific purpose. Harry needs the world to believe the United Kingdom is crawling with people who want to harm him. He needs that narrative to justify his demands for taxpayer-funded protection. And lo and behold, a stalker appears in a courtroom at the exact moment he is fighting his security battle in the public eye. But the stalker's courtroom appearance is just the tip of this iceberg. And what Harry's years-long security crusade reveals about his true motivations is even more troubling. Prince Harry has been waging a relentless campaign against the British government that goes back years. And the core of his argument has always been simple. He claims the United Kingdom is too dangerous for him without royal-level protection paid for by taxpayers. He stepped back from royal duties in 2020, and with that decision came the end of his automatic entitlement to security funded by the public purse. But Harry has never accepted that reality. He has fought it in the courts. He has fought it in the press. He has fought it with every weapon at his disposal. The alleged stalker sitting in that courtroom has become a fascinating character in this drama, and her connections raise serious questions. Multiple observers have linked her directly to the Sussex Squad, that online army of Harry and Meghan supporters who attack critics, spread propaganda, and defend the couple with a ferocity that borders on obsessive. She is not hiding in the shadows posting anonymous hate. She is visible, identifiable, and by her own account, someone who has been welcomed into Harry's orbit. She has publicly denied being any threat whatsoever. She has claimed she was invited to events. She has positioned herself as a loyal supporter, not a dangerous stalker. Here is where it gets truly fascinating. If this woman is genuinely on a list of fixated individuals maintained by Harry's private intelligence company, why has no one taken action against her before? If she poses a real danger, why is she still freely attending public events where Harry appears? If she is as threatening as Harry's team suggests, why did he not request her removal the instant she was spotted in that courtroom? The answers to these questions are conspicuously absent from all the breathless reporting about this incident. Sources say Harry's team spotted her immediately. They knew exactly who she was. They alerted court security, and then they did nothing. They let her sit there for the entirety of Harry's testimony. They let her come back a second day. They let the entire situation play out while Harry supposedly sat meters away from someone his own security apparatus has flagged as dangerous. Does that sound like the behavior of someone who genuinely fears for his safety? Or does it sound like theater? One insider put it bluntly. The whole thing felt staged. They knew she was there. They could have acted. They chose not to, and they are right. The optics of this situation serve Harry's narrative perfectly. He can now claim that even in a British courtroom, supposedly one of the most secure environments imaginable, he was not safe. He can point to this incident as proof that the UK cannot protect him. He can use it as ammunition in his ongoing war against the Home Office. Royal commentators are connecting dots that Harry probably wishes would stay disconnected. The same fan network that allegedly produced this stalker has been cultivated, encouraged, and celebrated by Harry and Meghan for years. The Sussex Squad did not emerge organically. They were nurtured, given access, made to feel special and important. and now one of their members has allegedly become a dangerous, fixated individual. The irony is absolutely staggering. But the courtroom confrontation itself reveals something even more damning, and what Harry could have done but chose not to do exposes the entire charade. Let us be brutally clear about what happened in that courtroom and what options were available to Prince Harry. His team is pushing a narrative that their hands were tied, that because the court is a public building, they were powerless to act. This is, to put it politely, complete nonsense. It is a lie wrapped in a technicality designed to make Harry look like a helpless victim rather than a willing participant in his own drama. British courts have extensive provisions for protecting witnesses and removing individuals who pose a threat to their safety. Harry was present as a witness in his case against the Daily Mail. As a witness, he had specific rights and protections available to him. These are not obscure loopholes buried in arcane legal texts. These are standard procedures that are used regularly in courtrooms across the United Kingdom. Here is what Harry could have done. He could have informed the police officer present in the court building. Every courtroom in Britain has access to police support, and any witness who feels threatened can report their concerns. He could have contacted the Witness Care Unit, an organization specifically designed to support witnesses who feel intimidated or unsafe. He could have spoken to a court usher at any point during the proceedings. He could have requested that the judge remove the individual from the public gallery. Judges have clear, unambiguous authority to remove anyone who intimidates witnesses. Special measures to protect witnesses from intimidation can be requested through prosecution services or witness support organizations. These measures exist precisely for situations like this. A person on a list of fixated individuals, sitting feet away from the target of their fixation, is exactly the kind of scenario these protections were designed to address. Harry had every legal tool available to ensure this woman was removed from that courtroom. So why did he not use them? Sources close to the situation are offering explanations that strain credulity. They claim the encounter was not ideal. They claim there was nothing they could do. They claim Harry was worried but handled it professionally. Allow me to translate. They chose to let her stay because her presence served a purpose. A stalker in the courtroom is a headline. A stalker removed from the courtroom is a footnote. Harry needed the headline. One legal expert who reviewed the incident was blunt about the available options. If a witness feels intimidated by anyone in the public gallery, they can absolutely request that person be removed. The courts take witness intimidation extremely seriously. The fact that this was not done suggests either the threat was not taken seriously by those who should know, or there was a reason to allow the situation to continue. Let that sink in. Even legal professionals are questioning why Harry failed to act when the tools to protect himself were readily available. The pattern here is impossible to ignore. Harry claims danger. Harry fails to take obvious steps to address the danger. Harry then points to the danger as proof that he needs more protection. It is a circular logic that serves one purpose and one purpose only. But the connection between this alleged stalker and Harry's own fan network makes the situation even more suspicious. Multiple royal commentators have done the homework that mainstream outlets seem reluctant to do, and what they have uncovered is genuinely damning. The woman who sat in that courtroom gallery has been identified by several credible sources as a known active member of the Sussex Squad. This is not speculation or conspiracy theory. This is documented fact based on her own online activity, her public statements, and her presence at Sussex-related events. Brittany from Royal News Network has been particularly vocal about this connection. She pointed out something obvious but crucial. If police considered her a serious threat, they would have acted. Law enforcement does not play games when it comes to stalking. They do not allow known dangerous individuals to sit feet away from potential victims in courtrooms. The fact that no one intervened suggests that either the threat has been wildly exaggerated or it does not exist at all. The woman herself has made public statements that directly contradict Harry's stalker narrative. She has claimed she was always invited into Harry's safe spaces. She has denied being any threat whatsoever. She has positioned herself as a devoted supporter who has been welcomed, not feared. Now, either Harry's security team is spectacularly incompetent for allowing a dangerous stalker into his events, or the truth is that she was never the threat they are now claiming she is. Pick one. This raises profoundly uncomfortable questions about Harry and Meghan's relationship with their fan base. The Sussex Squad did not materialize out of thin air. They were cultivated, encouraged, and given access that made them feel like insiders. Harry and Meghan have been accused by multiple observers of gleefully encouraging obsessive fan behavior. They have retweeted squad accounts. They have referenced squad talking points. They have created an environment where extreme devotion is rewarded and celebrated. One observer put it bluntly, you cannot cultivate a cult of personality and then act shocked when some members become fixated. You cannot encourage obsessive loyalty and then claim victimhood when that loyalty manifests in uncomfortable ways. They built this. They fed this, and now they want to use it as a weapon. The irony would be laughable if the stakes were not so serious. Sources who have tracked the Sussex squad for years describe a pattern of behavior that Harry and Meghan have done nothing to discourage. These are fans who dox critics, who send death threats to journalists, who harass anyone perceived as a threat to their precious Sussex idols. And now one of these fans is being presented as a dangerous stalker when she has done exactly what Harry and Meghan's public engagement has encouraged. She showed up, she supported, she wanted to be close to her heroes. The question that nobody in Harry's orbit wants to answer is simple. If this woman is truly dangerous, why has she been allowed anywhere near Harry before now? If she is truly on a list of fixated individuals, why was this courtroom the first time action was taken? The answers to these questions demolish the carefully constructed narrative, but the possibility that this entire stalker situation is being manufactured for a specific purpose is even more explosive. Let us connect the dots here because the picture they form is damning. Prince Harry is currently in a brutal legal and public relations battle, demanding that British taxpayers fund his security whenever he deigns to visit the United Kingdom. He has lost court cases, he has been denied his demands, he has been told repeatedly that as a private citizen who chose to leave royal duties, he is not entitled to the same protection as working royals, and he is furious about it. Enter the stalker. A known fixated individual appears in a high-profile courtroom at the exact moment Harry is testifying in a major case. His security team identifies her immediately, but takes no action to remove her. The story leaks to the press with all the breathless drama you would expect. Harry, the poor vulnerable prince, was just meters away from a dangerous stalker and nobody protected him. Do you see where this is going? If Harry genuinely believed this woman posed a threat to his safety, removing her would have been simple. We have already established that. The legal mechanisms exist, the procedures are clear. A word to a court usher, a request to the judge, a conversation with the police officer present. Any of these steps would have resulted in her removal. But removal would not have served the narrative. Harry needs to be seen as unsafe in Britain. He needs incidents like this to point to. He needs ammunition for his security demands. By allowing this woman to remain in that courtroom, Harry can now claim that the United Kingdom failed to protect him even in a supposedly secure legal environment. He can argue that his private security team identified a threat but was powerless to act because the British system let him down. He can use this incident in his ongoing war against the Home Office. It is a perfect piece of propaganda, and all he had to do was let a fan sit in the public gallery. One critic put it devastatingly: they manufacture crises to justify demands. They create problems and then demand solutions that benefit them. It is a playbook that has worked for years, and they are absolutely right. This is not the first time Harry and Meghan have seemingly manufactured security incidents to serve their agenda. Remember the allegedly dangerous car chase in New York that witnesses and taxi drivers described as completely unremarkable? Remember the dramatic claims about security threats that never materialized into actual incidents? Sources close to royal operations describe a pattern of behavior that has become impossible to ignore. There is always a threat. There is always a danger. There is always a reason why Harry and Meghan need more protection, more resources, more special treatment. The threats are always vague enough to be unverifiable, but specific enough to generate headlines. This is strategy, not genuine fear. The courtroom stalker fits perfectly into this pattern. Real enough to be reported, dramatic enough to make news, convenient enough to support Harry's demands, but not scary enough to actually act upon. The whole thing feels scripted because, according to growing numbers of observers, it probably was. But while Harry is dealing with his courtroom drama, what is happening with Meghan raises the dysfunction to entirely new levels. While Prince Harry is busy being stalked in courtrooms, his wife is reportedly having meltdowns of truly epic proportions back in Montecito. Blind items that have proven remarkably accurate in the past are painting a picture of Meghan Markle that is equal parts pathetic and terrifying, and the center of her current crisis involves, predictably, not getting what she wants. Reports claim that Meghan has been excluded from planning for the Invictus Games, Harry's veteran-focused charity event that is scheduled for Birmingham in 2026. This is Harry's baby, his passion project, arguably the one thing he has done since leaving the royal family that has earned genuine respect. And Meghan, according to sources, is losing it over being left out of the planning process. One particularly vivid blind item describes Meghan collapsing on the floor in tears, accusing Harry of being selfish for leaving her behind. Selfish. Harry is planning an event for wounded veterans, and Meghan thinks his selfishness is the problem. Let that sink in. This is a woman so consumed by her need for attention that she views her husband's charitable work for injured service members as an affront to her importance. But the demands Meghan has allegedly made for her Invictus appearance are where this really goes off the rails. Sources claim she wants bulletproof glass around her at all times. She wants 4 entire floors of the hotel shut down for her security. She wants armed guards on duty 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Staff are reportedly not allowed to make direct eye contact with her, and most revealingly, she demands to be addressed as Her Royal Highness with no exceptions. Her Royal Highness. Let us just pause on that for a moment. Meghan and Harry famously agreed not to use their royal titles when they stepped back from duties. It was supposed to be the trade-off for their freedom. But behind closed doors, according to multiple sources, Meghan insists on the honorific she technically should not be using. She wants the title without the responsibility, the deference without the duty, the crown without the Commonwealth. Palace sources are reportedly bracing for maximum disruption when Meghan arrives in the United Kingdom. Staff across multiple royal households have been warned to prepare for chaos. The woman who claimed she received no guidance from the palace, who said no one helped her understand royal protocol, who presented herself as a victim of institutional coldness, has apparently become a diva of such proportions that entire households have to prepare for her presence like a natural disaster. One insider described the atmosphere bluntly. People are dreading her arrival, not nervous, not cautious, dreading. Staff who have served royals for decades, who have managed the logistics of state visits and international tours, are dreading the arrival of a woman who has not been a working royal for 5 years. That tells you everything you need to know about what Meghan has become. But the revelations about Meghan's behavior are not limited to blind items and anonymous sources, because Kim Kardashian just confirmed something that proves the Sussexes have a very casual relationship with truth. Kim Kardashian has just exposed Harry and Meghan in a way that cuts through all the spin and PR management. On a recent podcast appearance, she addressed the infamous birthday photo controversy, and what she revealed proves that the Sussexes lied. Not exaggerated, not misremembered, lied. Here is what happened. Back in 2023, photos emerged of Harry and Meghan attending Kris Jenner's birthday party. The timing was terrible. The images dropped around Remembrance Day, creating an ugly contrast between the grieving royal family honoring war dead and the Sussex exiles partying in California. The backlash was immediate and brutal, and Harry and Meghan's response was to claim they never consented to the photos being posted. They suggested the Kardashians had violated their privacy by sharing images without permission. Kim just demolished that narrative. She confirmed that Harry and Meghan were totally cool with the photos being posted initially. They signed off, they agreed. They had no problem until the British public reacted negatively. Only then did they suddenly develop concerns about consent and privacy. Only then did they demand the photos be removed. They did not have a problem with the images. They had a problem with how the images made them look. Kim went further. She revealed that she offered Meghan an opportunity to make light of the situation with a humorous Skims campaign, a chance to show self-awareness, to laugh at the controversy, to demonstrate that she does not take herself too seriously. Meghan refused. Of course she refused. Meghan does not do self-deprecation. Meghan does not acknowledge mistakes. Meghan does not laugh at herself, because in her mind, there is nothing to laugh about. This incident might seem small, but it reveals something profound about the Sussex relationship with truth. They lied about a photo. A single photograph at a birthday party. It was not a national security matter. It was not a life or death situation. It was a party picture, and they could not tell the truth about it. They could not simply say the timing was unfortunate, and they wished the photos had not been shared when they were. Instead, they blamed the Kardashians and claimed a violation of consent that never happened. One observer noted the obvious. If they will lie about small things like this, what else are they lying about? The stalker claims, the security demands, the versions of events they have told about their time in the royal family. If their default setting is dishonesty, even when the stakes are low, how can anyone trust them when the stakes are high? It is a devastating question that more people are finally asking. Sources say the Kardashian incident has damaged whatever remaining credibility Meghan had in celebrity circles. She was caught in a provable lie by one of the most famous women in the world. Kim did not even frame it as an accusation. She simply told her side of the story, and her side directly contradicts everything the Sussexes claimed. There is no spinning this. There is no explaining this away. They lied. They got caught. And Kim Kardashian of all people is the one who exposed them. But while Meghan's credibility crumbles, the royal family is not sitting idle, and what Prince William is doing in response to the Sussex threat is unprecedented. Prince William has made a calculated decision that reveals just how seriously Kensington Palace views the Sussex situation. He has hired Lisa Ravenscroft, a crisis public relations expert, as his new head of press. This is not a routine staffing change. This is battle preparation. This is William acknowledging that Harry and Meghan represent an ongoing threat that requires professional countermeasures. Ravenscroft comes with serious credentials. She understands media warfare. She understands crisis management. She understands how to fight back against narrative attacks without appearing to be the aggressor. Her hiring sends a message to everyone paying attention. The future king is done playing defense. He is done hoping the Sussex situation will resolve itself. He is bringing in reinforcements because he expects the attacks to continue. Palace sources say William views Harry and Meghan as a real threat to the monarchy's reputation and stability. This is not paranoia. This is assessment based on years of experience. Every Sussex interview, every Netflix documentary, every memoir revelation has damaged the institution William will one day lead. Every claim of racism, every accusation of coldness, every tearful interview chips away at public trust in the crown. William has watched this happen for years. Now he is taking action. What makes this particularly significant is that sources say William's view differs from his father's. King Charles, according to those familiar with his thinking, still hopes for reconciliation. He still believes family bonds can be repaired. He still imagines a future where Harry returns to the fold and the ugliness of recent years fades into memory. William apparently harbors no such illusions. He has seen his brother's true colors. He has experienced the betrayals firsthand. He knows what Harry and Meghan are capable of. One source close to the situation described William's position bluntly. He feels he has no choice but to prepare defenses. He is trying not to create confrontation with his father, who still holds out hope for Harry, but he also cannot ignore reality. Every Sussex appearance creates exhausting comparisons and drains royal resources. He has to protect the institution. That tension between William's pragmatism and Charles's hope defines the palace's current Sussex strategy, or lack thereof. Meanwhile, Catherine has been demonstrating exactly the kind of authentic royal behavior that makes Meghan's calculated appearances look even more hollow. Recent images of the Princess of Wales running in the rain with braided hair, laughing and engaging with real people in real situations, stand in stark contrast to Meghan's carefully curated photo ops. Catherine does not need bulletproof glass and closed hotel floors. She does not demand that staff avoid eye contact. She shows up, does the work, and lets her actions speak for themselves. The comparison is devastating for Meghan, and she knows it. Every time Catherine appears relaxed and genuine, it highlights Meghan's artificiality. Every time William and Catherine demonstrate what actual duty looks like, it exposes the emptiness of the Sussex claims about wanting to serve. They did not want to serve. They wanted to be served. And the British public has figured that out. But as the royal family prepares for the upcoming Sussex chaos, everything we have discussed comes together to reveal a pattern that cannot be ignored. The Stalker incident in that courtroom is not an isolated event. It is a perfect encapsulation of everything the Sussexes have become and everything they do. Create drama, claim victimhood, demand special treatment, repeat. It is a cycle that has played out dozens of times over the past 5 years, and the only thing that changes is the specific details. The pattern remains exactly the same. Harry had every legal tool available to remove that woman from the courtroom. Judges can order removal of individuals who intimidate witnesses. Court ushers can act on witness requests. Police can intervene when threats are identified. Witness care units exist specifically to help people in Harry's situation. He used none of these options. He let a woman his own security team flagged as dangerous sit feet away from him for multiple days. Why would he do that unless her presence served his purposes? The answer is blindingly obvious to anyone willing to see it. Harry needs stalkers. Harry needs threats. Harry needs incidents he can point to as proof that Britain is too dangerous for him without taxpayer-funded protection. The courtroom situation gave him exactly what he needed: a headline about a stalker, a narrative about failed security, a story that supports his legal demands. All he had to do was not act, and the drama created itself. As the Invictus Games approach, the royal family is bracing for maximum Sussex chaos. Meghan's demands are reportedly escalating. Her need for attention is apparently bottomless. Her willingness to create scenes knows no bounds. Staff who have worked for royals for decades are reportedly dreading her arrival. And Harry, trapped in a marriage to a woman who views his charitable work as competition for her spotlight, shows no signs of changing course. The question at the heart of all this is not whether Harry has a stalker. Some obsessed individual may well exist in his orbit. The question is whether the stalker narrative is being weaponized, whether incidents are being manufactured or allowed to happen for strategic benefit, whether the man who claims to fear for his safety is actually cultivating fear because it serves his agenda. Kim Kardashian proved the Sussexes will lie about small things. The courtroom incident suggests they will manipulate situations to suit their narrative. The blind items about Meghan's behavior paint a picture of dysfunction that would be sad if it were not so destructive. And William's decision to hire crisis PR professionals indicates that the palace expects much worse to come. So I put it to you directly. Do you believe Harry's stalker claims are legitimate? Do you think a man genuinely afraid for his safety would allow a known fixated individual to sit feet away from him when removal was simple? Do you think the timing of this incident, right in the middle of Harry's security battles, is coincidence? Or is this manufactured drama designed to manipulate Harry's way back to UK security he did not earn and does not deserve? Drop your thoughts below. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned. The next video is waiting, and you will not believe what is coming next.